Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I'm taking a look at the brand new The Necromancer Cometh. There is a demo available on Steam now. It is a part of the Steam Strategy Fest. It is a roguelike tower defense that was directly inspired by old TDs like Wintermall Wars and Element TD and the like back in Warcraft 3 that you could play as custom maps. So the focus is very much put on building mazes surrounding a central point. And then I believe enemies, they'll start coming from that door. I just want to double check and make sure there isn't a second door as well that I need to be worried about. There is. So they're going to start coming at me from both sides here. And my main focus is build defenses. You can't block them, so you have to make sure that there's always a way for them to eventually get to the center here. And I think if I keep spiraling outwards without blocking the path. See here, now the tricky thing is that I blocked off probably the wrong part of it, because they're going to be able to get at that very easily. Early on, at least, they will be able to. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to start the first wave, and I'm going to see how it goes. See if my old Warcraft skills come back to me, and I remember how to maximize things. So these skeletons, hopefully I can kill these guys nice and quickly and easily. I have to run around and go collect the coinage that they're dropping. See, this is where I have caused myself issues. I'm gonna put that there pretty well temporarily to force the maze to work a very specific way. I don't think that's really where I want that to stay, but I just need to ensure that I'm doing some damage to these guys as they're coming. All right, so let me rethink what I got going on here, because I'm causing issues for myself. Let's see. Go to the shop. I could add to the Wisp special effects and in a larger radius, but I don't have any effects right now. Place once a gold mine drops 1 coin every 5 seconds. It's pretty expensive. And new tower, the corrupted elf. I think I want the ability to afford that new tower. And this one-time use thing, I do want that. And do you know what? Where could I stick that? It's gonna matter the least somewhere like close to the end of the tower. You know what? I don't know. I don't know strategically where the best place for that is. I'm gonna stick it here. Oh, it's so hard to tell where exactly that's going to be built. Yeah, see, it was a larger size than I was expecting it to be. Whoops. It'll work. It'll be fine. I am going to. I don't have the money to do more than that currently. Shoot, I was gonna build you somewhere. Do you know what? That's really nice though. Instantaneously, that added coin generating could end up being really, really helpful. Yeah, all of these are quite uselessly placed. See, I'm taking way more hits than you should this early in this game. I've made some grievous mistakes. Maybe I learn from these early failures and try again, because I think I'm gonna lose here, and I could be building additional towers to try and recover. But maybe I deserve it. Maybe I deserve to take this loss. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do this entire run on my back foot, you know? Let's try and salvage it. So I'm gonna re-tower here quite heavily, because I don't like how I handled any of that. I'm not gonna block paths. I will be careful about that. I guess you're staying where you are, even though I'm not thrilled with that placement either. Yeah, I guess I'm starting over wholly. That was not my intention, but as I started working on things, I realized how crap-tacular my placements were. I was leaving way too many things hugged in all the wrong places. I can't afford anything now going to the shop. That's my bad. I don't know if I would have been that excited for any of those at this stage in the run anyways. So, let me try that. I have one better tower in place, but I think I lost money. Yeah, you lose money for selling towers. So maybe I would have been better off just starting fresh. It's nearly a guarantee that would have been better. But there's more pinch points here, and hopefully that's like immediately apparent why that's better. Why can't I select my guy? Oh, I don't. Oh my god, I hadn't even picked up the minimum. That was brutal. Wow. Restart. That was a bad first attempt. That was not going well at all. So I'm going to build a new maze with many different considerations made. So I'm going to leave an opening off to the side there. And if I force things outward enough... See, that's not perfect either, but I want to force the enemy to have to go wide around that, because if I built up here, then he could just walk straight through, and he'd only hit like 2 towers. So I probably shouldn't have even built those 2 yet, because they definitely don't matter at this stage. Like, they're just not going to attack anything where they currently are. So if I force those outer ones a little bit wide like that, and now you as well, that should be enough to survive this wave. Then I'll worry about building my maze notably differently from there. Okay, I'm gonna forego the shop in favor of building better mazing overall. So that would block things. Dang, in general, where that tree is sucks. Because then when I go wide around here, suddenly I have to worry about that tree. That's going to make my maze real messy real quickly. Humongously not what I wanted. I don't even want to look at the shop. I don't want to... I do want to look at it. So I could have got a couple new tower options. Maybe that would have been worth it. But for right now, I really want to focus... Now those towers matter. That, you suck. My mouse makes it look as though I could click on it, but I don't think I can. I don't think you can actually like get rid of it or anything. I gotta remember to stay on top of things to go manually collect the gold, which I totally understand in this game. I think it's fits the game design quite well. That you have a physical thing that runs around the map and needs to go deal with these as they're being dropped on you. If it was passive, then you having like your own manually controlled unit wouldn't really matter. Okay, that tree I can at least fold into my maze in a way that's relatively useful. Okay, in a notably better position here. Damned tree. Should have made some different decisions maybe. Those being right next to each other, it's kind of a easy to misclick. I feel like the shop should be over next to your money maybe or something, so you don't risk that. So this guy's quite expensive. I don't think I want to unlock that tower because it'll be crazy expensive. Poison does extra damage, but I don't even think I have poison right now. I guess this guy, maybe he does poison. Spore shooter. Whenever spores land, nearby plants are pollinated. So he must be a plant. Pollinated, I don't really know what it does. He's also quite expensive, really. I'm going to refresh the shop, because that's expensive. Ents do 20% more damage. He's an Ent, so I'll get a lot out of that. And Ice Mages. They cost 15, only 7 to unlock that. That's a great deal in my mind. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to add that extra tower to keep my maze going a little bit better. And I'm going to take a quick screenshot for thumbnail potential. I believe these zombie units, like the skeletons just die and they leave their little corpse. I believe the zombies eat the corpses. Yeah, there, he's doing it right there. So they stop and do that. I think only once. Each zombie will only do that once. But they heal through that. So the corpses, is as much as it's fun to just see the amount of devastation you've been causing, there is like a specific purpose for it as well. As soon as I have enough gold, I think maybe somewhere like here. Do you know what? Yeah, the radius of it is such that even though that stupid tree's in the way, he should still be able to slow units at a very crucial point in their navigating my maze. Let's do so again here. As I maze more, that will be more useful. Currently, it's not so much. Is this a big one? This must be like an especially big special super zombie. His slowing is actually making him proceed through my maze more slowly. The Flame Blast. I gain that as a spell. The Wisp, I'm pretty sure. Deal 15 damage to all units. The Gold Mine. Do I want to do that? I'm going to go for the Gold Mine again. I think it is useful. And I should just give some consideration into where I should drop that. My maze is going to get wonky over here no matter what. So I think I should worry less about maze precision in that corner. For now, at least. I'll continue to build my spiral. I actually don't know what to do about the spiral. I kind of do. I'm trying to remember how I used to do things back in my Warcraft days. When you run out of room to spiral, then I think you start weaving. So spiral first. At least when they're coming from two directions, the spiral first is effective. Ooh, the need to weave is going to be quite immediate. I might even start playing around with that now. Currently, there's no reason for units to go over to that side. So I think this doesn't make sense until I've done that. Oh god, they're making it deeper into my maze than I was realizing. Okay, let's get an additional ice guy out here, and then the focus should just be on making the maze longer to force everyone to basically slow down and take additional hits. I don't even know if adding another ice guy there made sense or was useful in any immediately apparent ways. It seems like it would be. I'm banking on it. I'm hoping that that's the case. Dish all that out. Skeletal range, higher attack speed, or higher range. I could afford both. Yeah, and give him the higher range. That's doubly useful. I think I like that. Let's go with that. A quarter of the way through. Ooh. We'll see how I fare. Yeah, I've created some limits. I gotta be careful. Now I gotta worry about rats coming in too. Some unintentional limits potentially is a more important caveat to that. Hopefully I can remember how to force units through. Because I'll spiral around to here. I'll push up against that wall. And if I say maybe zigzag my way through that, then create a hole. No, see, this is the tricky part where they always need to be able to access it. So if I start playing around with that anymore, then I'm going to block things and they aren't going to be able to get at it the way they need to. All right, going slightly wide on my way back up to the top here so that I can focus up. Yeah, getting messy, getting sloppy with the maze. Not where I want it. The way I have to force my way around the trees there, which that's part of the procedural generation in this game is forcing some of that. I think I'll add one more ice mage up here. Maybe I shouldn't swap towers like that. Maybe my focus should always be on adding, but I feel like there's like more places that are more correct for those towers to be. And so I'd rather not put them in an entirely stupid place. I think the game desperately needs a speed function, which is pretty common in tower defenses, like 2 times and 3 times speed, so that when you're kind of in a coasting period and you're just waiting to get through it, you can speed up the game to make it a little speedier. Ice Mage, additional target. That seems really strong. I think. That sounds really strong to me. So, I need openings on both sides. So that, I can't risk closing that up. So now I need to consider whether I want to... Oh, do you know what I could absolutely do? And I think this is smarter. Okay, I gotta go. I guess I gotta go collect the gold if I want to execute it. I was waiting. I was just like waiting to have enough gold. There we go. Now all of you have to go wide and have to go around all of that. So everyone coming from the south now has this extra path that they need to work their way through. And now is when I can start messing around with some more complex mazing. Yeah. This is where it's gonna get good. This is where my whole plan is gonna start making sense. Those rats are fast, man. Freaking me out running through the maze like that. Cut it out, will ya? Well, let's stick a frost guy. How about here? Considering your current range and everything, I think that'll be good. That blocks the path. Oh yeah, because of the trees over there. So now where can I start building guys? Where they aren't interrupting that, but where they still have to be walked through. That's the trade-off I now need to consider. Oh cool, at the end of the level you get all the gold. That is handy. More things to affect the ice mages instead. Well, yeah, let's do it, and I'll grab up that new tower. Is there a way? Okay, 4 to 5 damage. Slightly more than double, but the higher range. Double the cooldown. The damage per second on them isn't that good, but I think because of the range benefit, it becomes worth it. I should have just started the next wave. I feel good about this. Everyone coming south here has to go way wide of everything. You can see the double thick line there. So the visualization, I think, is relatively clear. I think it's easy enough to track. Maybe each door could have a different colored path. I don't know if that would really help much. Gargoyles, which I think pause and turn to stone every so often. That's like their tricky thing that you got to worry about. So the spiral shape is about to be abandoned. Yeah, because I can't really keep doing that. Now I need to worry about something really specific, though. Here's where I have to start getting a little creative with things, I think. I am going to start pushing units outward. See, maybe this is a bad thing, though, because I'm going to end up funneling every unit down one path. And by doing that, I'm forcibly clustering units in a way that risks overwhelming my maze. And I honestly don't know how big of a consideration that ought to be. How do I want this to look? I need to push you guys through like so. Getting ranged units involved, that's going to be really useful as I work on improving things. I wish that I had like a dash ability that was maybe on a cooldown or something. Attach that to spacebar maybe, because like the way I move is very slow. There's also not much in terms of like an acceleration deceleration, so it feels a little like slow going through that. Could I make this better. I need you guys to head up this way. And I could even throw one there for the sake of just getting some attacks in. There you go. This creates... Oh no, I immediately think I screwed that up. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'll just start the next wave. I'm not doing the shop this time. I got other things to worry about. The bottom is going to come all the way up through here. Then be forced to weave their way through all this. The next step, I can make this mazing more complicated up in the corner there. And other than improving the existing towers I have, I can then start creating a maze down here that forces the bottom half of the screen to move through that maze before even connecting with this one. And I think if I do that right, then this will work as I planned. More or less. So let's actually sell these few guys here because their precise placement doesn't matter so much. Can't afford it. All right, let's go gather up yonder gold. Right now, the maze being large, though, is the main thing that I want and needed. I definitely am going to get the most out of it through that. Yeah, that stupid tree, I think, is making it not as good as it could be. Even that, I'm doubting whether or not I'm. Is it even coming together how I want? I have a vision. These damn trees were not a part of that vision. All right. I can't force them up through that way. I don't think I can. Let's see if I go through the. Hot damn, man. All right, I'm gonna start ripping this apart in the corner here because I think there's room for it to be improved, and a couple placements there were harming me more than anything else. Let's force you up there. So far, 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 far from perfect. A little bit more. Stick you here. It's decent. It's looking decent. So that is how I'm gonna lay things out for now. As soon as I have the gold, I'll stick like an ice mage up in this corner of things. That'll be nice and useful, and I can worry about building up the bottom of things. We're about halfway through. Okay. We're starting to have to worry about necromancers. Not the big necromancer. They have not cometh yet. These are just like warlocks. We would call them warlocks. I do not recall what the game refers to them as, but consider them as such. Feeling pretty happy about this. I think maybe things in the game could just be faster. Everything's attack rate and everything's movement speed raised by 10%, maybe as much as 20. I bet it would get a little tricky at that point, but like right now I'm in a very like sitting back phase, so maybe it only feels that way because things have calmed down for a moment. Get another ice guy involved. Thinking about placing more archers. I guess especially I should just have archers in places like this where they can hit a big notable range of the map, or even here their range should reach out there. More of you are pushing your way through than I expected. Maybe I should have been focusing more on upgrading at the shop. Maybe right in the center here is actually the wisest place to have a unit with range to deal with things as they're approaching. Lots of room to experiment. Oh god, no. Oh, okay, that's a lot of things pushing through all at once all of a sudden that worry me. It's looking a little ugly up there. Even just that one. Even just that one is something at least. Oh wait, now let's... Oh damn it, I'm one shy again. Maybe I should have just sat and waited at the gold mine. What's better? Applies cold. You already have that. You're already doing that. I'm gonna stick you here. No, there's two right there then. Dang, I could probably benefit from additional unit types to mix in with everything else I got going on here. Oh god, these gargoyles are actually, the fact that you end up with just one left like that kind of ends up frozen in the corner like that, little bit of a pain. I'm gonna hang on to my gold for a moment so that I can use it at the shop. Although the gargoyle did let me just camp out. I could have just sat there and let them keep generating. So, a new tower type. Attacks do AoE damage. They're pretty expensive. Or poison all enemies. It's a spell that I could add. I'm going to buy that. Extra enemy reward. Each enemy killed has a 25% chance to drop an extra coin. It's pretty good. 25 coins to spend on that, though. Pretty expensive. I'm going to add the spell for myself. I'm not going to be able to build him right away. Maybe I should try and save up for that. So here we have a specialty unit that just generates corpses as it works its way through your maze. I assume there's two of these? Actually, no, there's just the one big one. So I think this is basically a mini-boss. It's a halfway through things mini-boss. Honestly, pummeling him pretty good. And now it starts sending zombies after, and the zombie will stop and munch corpses, which they seemingly aren't doing currently. I can apply poison. I can do that every so often, and there's no other cost to me other than the cooldown. So I should follow these guys around and try to keep applying that. The zombies are stopping and eating corpses. They don't even seem to be doing it for the ones that this guy specifically is generating. So I'm unclear on that. At least partially. Hey, I'm real glad to have the gold mine now. That's paying phenomenal dividends. Thank you for doing that. Maybe I should just keep building these archers. Oh god, now all of a sudden I got big zombies and lots of those zombies. Wow. I don't think I just need to keep adding ice units. That's gonna have diminishing returns. Surely there's more places where you can be of use though. Oh god, those zombies are real tough actually. What the heck? Everything's pushing through far better than I expected. Ooh. Oh my god, I managed to not get enough money for him at any point. I probably should have. Well, son of a bitch, all those guys are gonna make it through. I only can sell you for 11, so I can't even sell you to afford that guy. Well, maybe not all of them. I can try and poison a few of them. Kill some. I tried to get those ones over in the side there. Well, heaps of them made it through. He just keeps summoning them. How did I manage to be so underprepared for this? I thought I had built myself a real sick maze. I would have been better off if he generated from the south, but, you know, not much I can do about that. Alright, let's get you sold and get you included. Is that enough to wipe out everything that's coming for me? No, almost certainly not. But it should do better. How many of you are regular zombies versus the super ones that bum rushed me and made it straight through? Do you know what? It's because they totally ate all the corpses on the path. And once they had exhausted those, they're getting killed much more easily. But these ones that are attached to the cart, following it closely, gobbling things up there, that is not going well. Not nearly so well. If he makes it through, he might do 5 damage or something like that. He might actually be more punishing than the average standard unit. Gather up some gold, more poisons, but I'm pretty well hooped here. Oh my god, I think he did 10 whole damage and one final one, stopping eating corpses. You lost. Better luck next time. Viewing the level though, do you want to kind of just review your maze where it was at? I like having the mini-map in the corner to see how it had all gone. Damn, my first run, atrocious. I knew that was a failure right out the gate, but I thought, second time around, be a little smarter, tighten things up. I thought I was going to be golden. That was rough. But I think it's very cool. I think it's very cool that a developer decided to bring back such a specific style of tower defense that I don't otherwise really see. As like a standalone game. So I'm very interested in this one. I will have links down below. There will be a public demo. You can try it out for yourself. And the game is planned for, I believe, later this year. I might be speaking out of turn on that. Be sure to add it to your wish lists. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.